We've accomplished a great deal in our short time as an athletic program. While many of our peer institutions have over a century of history behind them, we have just 5 decades. At UCF, we've only been playing football since 1979, and the Knights have only been playing at the major college level since 1996. Knights have hoisted trophies and won conference championships and major bowl games. But we're not satisfied. We've only scratched the surface. UCF is on the verge of something big. Our vision is to be Florida's preeminent athletic program, representing UCF and our community with distinction on the national stage is Orlando's hometown team. The Rise and Conquer Initiative is a plan to lead the Knights to the next level. We aim to become a perennial top 25 college athletics program, to empower our student athletes to earn a meaningful degree and lead exceptional lives, to support UCF in achieving its institutional goals, and to energize all of the Knight Nation and capture the entire Orlando community. To attract, retain, and develop championship-caliber student athletes and coaches, it is essential for us to enhance funding for athletic scholarships and grow our operating budget through ticket sales and annual giving. Athletic facilities have never been more important to attract recruits and win championships. We have a good foundation, but we need to continue to maintain, renovate, and expand. We have plans for a football operations building expansion, office space for our athletic administration, a nutrition center for our student athletes, and an overhaul of the baseball stadium, which will become John Uliano Park. Game day is about more than just the game. It's a time for friends and families to come together and celebrate a common bond, our knighthood. Whether you're tailgating around campus or making memories on IOA Plaza, taking in some live music or cheering on your beloved Knights, game days on campus are what makes being a Knights fan such a special experience. Our momentum is strong. The energy created 10 years ago by the opening of our on-campus football stadium has fueled the evolution of our game day experience. Now it's time for the next step. A new club will be added on the west side of the stadium. 3,500 seats will be converted to chairback seating with armrest and cup holders, feature private entrances, private restrooms, enhanced food and adult beverage options, large fans, and numerous TV monitors. The Carl Black and Gold Cabana will be expanding into the lower level of the stadium and feature the same club amenities as the west side, as well as full access to the Cabana deck. On the field, behind the end zones, we will introduce field cabanas, a first of their kind in college football and the most unique seats in the stadium. The Nightmare is the heartbeat of the stadium. For 2017, students will take over the lower sections of both end zones to enhance the atmosphere and create a greater home field advantage. Resources win championships, and the landscape of intercollegiate athletics has vastly changed over the past decade. Among the Power Six, the American Athletic Conference ranks last in average athletic department budget. In fact, the Americans' average budget is nearly half of the next closest competitor, the ACC. Within the American Athletic Conference, UCF ranks in the middle of the pack in both annual budget and fundraising. Knights have no desire to be middle of the pack in any aspect. 5 American Athletic Conference schools raise more funds than UCF, and 4 of those 5 are raising more money with fewer donors. Let's take a look at a peer-level institution and how we stack up. Here's a comparison between UCF and Kansas State University from the Big 12 Conference. K-State and UCF play in very similar-sized venues for football and basketball, yet the Wildcats have a budget that is more than $25 million larger than UCF's. Where does that money come from? UCF actually brings in more money from conference, NCAA, and student and state fees than K-State. Sponsorships, licensing, and concessions bring in almost identical amounts. The biggest difference? Ticket revenues, donations, and parking. To keep up with other Power Six programs, we must increase ticket revenue and donations. Help UCF close the gap. As the cost of scholarships have gone up, so have other student-athlete expenditures like cost of attendance stipends, equipment, nutrition, life skills development, and strength and conditioning. UCF Athletics student-athlete expenditures have increased 60% since the opening of the stadium, while the average UCF ticket prices and donations have only increased by 6%. Two of the most important goals of the Rise and Conquer initiative are increasing resources and filling the football stadium. How do we accomplish these goals? We've increased the prices in sections with higher demand while also improving amenities for those fans. In order to fill the stadium, we've decreased the price per game in sections throughout the stadium with lower demand. We're also transitioning to a per-seat donation model like other Power 6 peers. This is more equitable because you are only donating for the seats that you buy. And the 2017 season will feature more football. For the first time since 2009, UCF will play 7 games in our stadium. Moving forward, our scheduling philosophy will center on playing 7 home games, and it will be a priority to play at least one non-conference home game against a Power 6 opponent. Compared to our last 7-game season in 2009, the ticket price per game in most sections has decreased. Only 9 sections of the stadium will see a price per game higher than it was in 2009. Meanwhile, 25 sections of the stadium will actually have lower prices per game than the last time the Knights played a 7-game home schedule. For even more information on the Rise and Conquer initiative, including season ticket pricing and parking, please visit www.weriseandconquer.com. The transition to a per-seat model for donations and changes to some sections in pricing and amenities will have an impact. We understand that change isn't easy, but we need Knight Nation and your support now more than ever. Because together, we rise and conquer.